This is what happened when you hit a leftist with facts and logic. They just walk away and act smug because they live in separate reality. And the topic of today's discussion is white privilege, another big leftist dogma, and it's completely false. So let's see how Charlie dismantled that.
Hi, y'all. So before I ask my question, I want to clarify a point that y'all mentioned earlier. You said you don't believe in white privilege, correct?
Yeah, it's a myth. It doesn't exist.
Okay. So according to the Bureau of Prison Statistics from last month, 38.3% of our current inmate population is black. But according to the 2020 census data, only 12.2% of our national population is black. So if you don't believe in white privilege, how do you explain this disparity?
It's really simple. Asian people are less likely to be in jail than white people. So is that Asian privilege? And these are the same people who say illegal immigrants commit less crime than American born citizens. So is that illegal immigrant privilege?
So why are they in jail?
It has been this way for years, since the 90s.
No,
since before
why do people go to jail?
Why are black people in jail at higher rates than white people?
That's the question, right? Maybe because they
Yes.
commit more crimes than white people.
But that's not true.
It actually is.
They do. So every independent analysis shows that blacks have commit a disproportionate amount of crime. No one wants to say it out loud, but it's true. In fact, in New York, 52% of murders are committed by blacks, 40+% of arson, 60+% of drug deals. And so the question you should really be asking is what drives them to commit crimes? That's the question, right? The real question is, and maybe I can ask you, what percentage of blacks grow up with two parents in the home?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
less
have
than
it pulled up.
20%. That's why there's so many blacks committing crimes and they're in jail. It's that simple. The death of the black family is why blacks are in jail higher than their population percentage. It's that simple.
May I see your criminology degree? Do you have one?
There we go. Argument from authority. Where is your degree? If you don't have degree in that subjects, then you cannot talk about that. This is their usual technique. When they start losing arguments, they just obfuscate because they cannot discredit your argument, so they start personally attacking you.
So do I need a criminology degree to be able to understand that 75% of blacks don't grow up with two parents?
To be well versed in it, I believe so.
Do you have one?
I don't, but I'm studying it.
Okay,
right
but
now.
you
Oh, she studied it.
But you did the same thing. You looked at a statistic, and he did the same thing. You
Look,
don't have a criminology
Have you
degree,
even taken
neither
a
does
criminology
he.
course? Have y'all
Hold on
taken
a second.
one?
You're doing an argument from authority, okay?
It's a fallacy.
So the laws of physics don't change whether or not you're a physicist, okay? The law of thermodynamics doesn't change whether or not you take a course on it. Answer the question. Why do blacks have a broken family versus a nuclear family, and does that translate to higher rates of crime? Do you admit that?
Why is it that blacks don't have parents, though? Why?
Good question. We subsidize single motherhood in this country through the federal government of the United States. Great question. Now we're getting somewhere. Back in the 1960s, we put forward a program where black women married the government and broke up with the men they were with. Welfare state, Lyndon Baines Johnson, and that has contributed to blacks committing more crimes.
I believe institutionalized racism is your answer, but I don't believe I'm getting
Oh,
anywhere
but
with y'all.
Yeah, if you're breaking up your family, it's because of institutional racism that you cannot even point to, that you cannot even prove that it exists because it doesn't.
So let me ask you one thing. You said institutional racism. I got a black friend right up here. He's great. He's great. So let me ask you. Let me ask you a question. What can I do that he can't do?
What do you mean?
If institutional racism was real, what can I do that he can't do?
Well, you're less likely to get arrested.
I'm sorry. No,
That's
if we
less-
both commit a crime, he's going to get arrested and I'm not?
He could.
Wait, so we just went through this.
saying-
Blacks commit a disproportionate amount of crime in this country because of broken families. So give me one law on the books.
not because
You
of
said it's
broken
institutional.
families.
Give me a law anywhere that discriminates against blacks. Give me one law anywhere in America.
You want current or past?
How about right now?
Well, the fact that crack cocaine is criminalized more than regular cocaine.
So does that mean black people are inherently drug sellers? Come on, man.
If I deal crack cocaine, I'm getting arrested regardless of skin color. Give me a
But if you were
law.
dealing white cocaine, you're
Give
less
me a
likely
law
to get a harsher
anywhere
sentence.
that allows white people to commit crimes and get away with it and blacks can't. Does that law exist?
Not anymore. But that
Because
doesn't
there's
mean
no
it's not real.
institutional racism in America.
Because there-
The idea of institutional racism is laws on the books.
Just because it's not down on paper doesn't mean it's not real.
Okay, give us an example. Not just
God.
a disparity.
What?
Just a
God?
disparity.
God isn't, you don't see God?
He's on paper, read the Bible.
I didn't mean it like that. I'm getting nowhere with y'all, and y'all are not answering my question, so I'm going to end this Q&A right here. Thank you for your time.
There we go. Typical liberal walk off. When they realize that there's no way you can logically or rhetorically or even emotionally dominate in arguments, they just ran away. They just say their stupid things and just walk away. Just like they just owned right wingers and Charlie Kirk. This is how weak their arguments are. Because the thing they are trying to prove is not real, it's a myth. They just all shout white privilege and all that. This is literally a liberal dogma. There is no truth to that, especially in modern America. This is the core dogma of their ideology, and it's completely flawed. That's why they cannot debate, because they're gonna lose anyway. And that's one of the reasons why they commit acts of violence against us, against right wing people.